Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I can't really try and make this easier than just explaining to you what Fortissimo is. This isn't perfect, but we're looking at an obscure Japanese visual novel that has a terrible translation, and a lot of this information is from second or even third order references. Fortissimo was released in 2010 as Fortissimo / Accord Busavir by Lacrima, a relatively small studio making the first and only fighting visual novel. This led to Fortissimo EXA Accord Busavir, which added voice acting and actually finished the game in 2011. However, in 2012, Fortissimo EXS / Accord Nocturne Phase was released, adding new routes, endings, music, and 18+ scenes. This would lead to Fortissimo FA Nocturne Phase, which removes all of the 18+ scenes and released at full price for less. Then in 2014, after a nightmarish development cycle and needing to bring in mages / 5PB records, they released Cadence Fermata Accord Fortissimo, the sequel, and that's really been it for the company since then, mostly because they might be dead in the water. But what's the most basic story? Okay. At its most basic, there are magicians, who are people who bond with out-of-place artifacts that grant them magical powers. It may be genetic, it may not be. When you do get magic, you set yourself in time. Now, in the first game, 13 magicians come to an island and battle it out in Ragnarok to secure the ultimate magic, i.e. reality warping. This, of course, leads to our protagonist, Reiji, accidentally joining, and things go horribly wrong from there. Cadence, the sequel, has super-duper science, creating It's Not Magic We Swear to fight magicians who technically auto-resurrect upon being killed unless you destroy their magic weapon or link-slash their weapon away. To put it in perspective, this is Ichigo. She's a 30-year-old Chunin who is regarded as the weakest magician in the series. Her power is exceedingly simple. She deletes you, as it erases you from existence at a fundamental level if she punches you. Delete you. She hits Odin, the main villain from the first game, with it. He then proceeds to say nuh-uh and ignores it, willing himself back into existence, and then proceeds to hit her with a fraction of his power. A fraction of his power being only a miniaturized nuclear explosion rather than the combined power of the fucking sun, which our protagonist Reiji only overcomes Odin by using a bigger nuh-uh and blasting his soundtrack at him, suggesting this isn't the route where Reiji actually fucking dies within the first 30 minutes and you have to deal with a gothic ghost lolly who may or may not be a dimensional apparition. Fortissimo is weird, and I was paid money to write a TTRPG of it. Alright, I'm gonna be fast about this one. System is a D10 dice pool. Take the highest, add your skills. Pretty easy and sounds pretty simple because it's double cross. Jank-ass double cross, but just double cross at the end of the day. There are 3 types of characters: magicians, miracle users, and overheads from Double Cross because I added them to fill out the ranks. Each one of these have attributes assigned to them with a letter grade. We'll make a simple magician as of right now, so we have an A, B, B, C, C, D. We assign these to our 4 active and 2 endurance statistics, and we're actually pretty good to go. Skills are tied to each of our skills and are a flat bonus, so if we have a B rank in expertise and a +4 to win, we roll 5d10, take the highest, and add 4. Easy. Things will now not be simple. A magic or miraculous weapon is the lifeblood of a PC at the end of the day. It's somewhat incorrect to call them just weapons though, but they act as a method to interact and improve oneself. Destroying a magic weapon will kill a magician or a magus, or bankrupt a small nation for a miracle user. When you want to use it, you simply announce "Gate open" and you'll summon it. This mostly comes down to using a set of VED to influence the durability and features the weapon has. Do you want a comically oversized sword that is also on fire? Build it. Do you want to make a flesh suit that lets you tear people's faces off? Go for it, chief. Maybe you just want a magic stuffed rabbit that evaporates people you don't like. And then we get to runes. A rune is magic power, and it's pretty vague in setting. Combat runes are a build-a-bear workshop of abilities that detonate someone's face, or nuh-uh, someone else's attack should it come at you, okay? Esoteric runes use the innovative and brand new Fortissi-tarded super-powered grid for all its issues. It begins with concept. If there is ever a tie, then whoever has the highest concept automatically wins, whether it's +1 over or +50 over. Then we have the chart. Versatility, impact, frequency, flaw, reach, and duration are what define an esoteric rune's nature, because each follow a simple doctrine. Everything you want is directly what you get. Each of these various aspects have a verd cost. Versatility grows in power from specific all the way up to universal application, or reach could be your own body part to anyone I have knowledge of. These vague, awful, and gooey terms exist because a lot of power systems use vague, awful, and gooey terms, but the secret to huge success here is that the Fortissi-tarded superpower grid system system is for the GM price out and kind of work with the players. Flight may be broken to GM1, raising its cost quite dramatically, but GM2 may have a lower cost for it. The original creators are working with these awful, terrible abilities, then we too can use these god-awful abilities for ourselves. After we get that done, the game kind of plays itself somewhat. Use your skills to investigate the situation, form bonds with friends and enemies, and then beat the shit out of one another with a side, quick, and main action during combat. Damarang Corioid, Accord Fortissimo, the full actual name of this fucking game, was a nightmare and a half to trying to adapt a game that does not want to play nicely into a cohesive whole. The anime cycle fed back into the Damarang cycle, and its influence will be felt in the following few anime games due to the Fortissi-targeted superpower grid system, which actually proved to be a pretty invaluable tool due to it being a gooey nightmare system to adapt nearly everything to it, whether I like it to or not. Is this game good? Maybe. Perhaps. Is Fortissimo good? Frankly, I don't know. I do know, though, that Fortissimo is art. My name is Notepad Addon, and this was Damarang Corioid, Accord Fortissimo. And if you want the links, they are down below. Many thanks to the Volspa Inner Research and Revenue Department for their continued funds to bankroll this operation. Godspeed, good luck, and Roger Fire is still a bitch.